Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Chit Chat Takeout. I'm your host, ZenPho.
I'm Meg.
What's new with you this week, Meg?
What is new besides bullcrap at work?
You can say shit, it's okay. We don't censor it.
Well, bullshit at work, if that's really what you want to hear. Nothing a whole lot. My mom's working on a somewhat big project and been helping her out with that, so that's been somewhat interesting, but besides
All the milk cans, you mean, or milk jugs?
Yes! My mom has a crazy plan. Let's see if it actually works. So, alright.
We actually have somewhat of a special episode this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have our first ever guest on the podcast.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello.
This is Fox. She has her own Twitch channel. It's ALoneFox 19, correct?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and she's going to be joining us for Meg's sake because for those of you who don't know, Meg has a little bit of an obsession with anime.
I have two obsessions, but we don't... The other one gets mentioned more.
Yeah, let's not talk about the other one right now.
29 days and counting.
So, Fox, you and Meg have known each other for quite a while, right?
Yes, indeed. Going on, what, six years?
Holy crap, I feel old
right?
now.
Like, holy shit.
Now, would you say you share this obsession with Meg?
A little bit, but I don't know if it's as great. I do have to actually thank her for getting me back into said obsession though, because I've found a few great things through it.
Yes. So, yeah. Actually, that was kind of... Our friendship wasn't started that way, but it was kind of built off that.
Right, yep.
Because we actually met at some weird kickboxing class, so at school, so...
Now, this sounds like another story I need to hear.
Pretty much, it was just like a week-long intensive class, and they did some like extra activities on the weekend, and we got paired up in the kickboxing class, and yeah, that's how we technically met. And then from there, we kind of just grew into the mutual friend group that we were part of, and then her and I have just been friends from there.
Yep. And it was a nice little way to like the program that we were in together. It was a nice little way for like freshmen to get like acclimated. So
right,
definitely really nice beginning. Really nice beginning to a friendship.
Yes.
I'm just trying to picture Meg kickboxing right now.
I'm actually really good at it.
Really?
Yes.
She was.
Well, shit. Okay. See, you learn something new about people every day.
Indeed.
Now you said Meg got you back into anime. How did she go about doing that?
So I think like the very first thing that like how we kind of like hit it off was it was a conversation about something, and then I think one day it was, hey, do you want to like have you seen Death Note? And then I was like, yeah, I've seen Death. I think it was Death Note, right?
No, Sword Art Online.
Right. I thought I did. It was Sword Art Online, but I thought we had at least seen. I thought we like looked at a few episodes of Death Note.
Yes, we did watch Death Note, but I think this was later on. But I do.
Okay.
I remember it was strictly Sword Art Online because.
Yes, it was.
Because we watched the second season together. And
she got me into it, and he made me feel. I don't like feeling.
I won't sing the song.
No.
I might do it later.
I will buy a plane ticket.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
And so you guys she got you back in with Sword Art Online. So this is the first anime you guys watched together?
Yeah. and then I remember she recommended what was it, Cell World to me, which obviously wasn't as great as Sword Art Online, but it was pretty entertaining, I gotta
Yeah.
say.
So if I remember correctly, Cell World was like some weird adaptation, the continuation of Sword Art Online, but it
Yeah,
wasn't really an adaptation. It was just like a different version of
right.
Sword Art Online.
Like maybe like a sort of like a spiritual successor in a sense.
Yeah, I mean they all took out in the same universe as Sword Art Online, but it was
Right.
kind of like, oh, the hardware that they are using at Cell World is the same as a variation of what they use in Sword Art Online.
Right.
So,
I don't know much about Sword Art Online, but would the Cell Worlds variation also kill you?
uh,
I'm trying to remember. I I
yeah,
don't I don't
no,
think so. I think it would just, if I remember correctly, I think it would just if you had, I think it was in the second season or something, they were going up against this one guy, and he basically had challenged them to the point where it was like if he had won, it would basically wipe their memories. So thankfully no
yeah,
dying, but you would lose your memories and
right.
basically kind of not be able to, I
But
think
they
it
were
was
using the
log on.
devices that would like permanently stay on their necks.
Right, yep.
And that's how they would connect to the virtual world, is that way.
So no dying, just permanent amnesia.
Yeah.
Thank God, yeah.
I don't know. I think that would be worse.
Permanent amnesia.
Just don't know who you are, who your friends
Right.
are, or yeah.
True. Like, "Oh, hi, how are you? I feel like I know you, but I can't seem to remember exactly where I've seen you from."
Right. Yes. Um well, so you guys both agree Sword Art Online was a decent anime, contrary to what the rest of the internet says.
Yes.
Is-
Yes, absolutely.
Now, here's one that I think will keep you guys going for a little while, because I know Meg's view on this already. There's two other popular animes out there. First one's known as One Piece, the other one's known as Fairy Tale. Which one do you guys think is better?
Well, Dom,
Ah.
what is yours?
Well, to be 100% honest and fair, I have never really watched an episode of Fairy
Fairy
Tale.
tale.
However, with One Piece, I mean, I've pretty much caught up with the story. To make a long story short, I basically made an executive decision to go on an adventure, as I like to call it, and watch One Piece like back in 2019, and I'm, like I said, I'm pretty much caught up now. I've taken a break to let the Wano arc kind of catch up. But for right now, I
The what?
definitely it
The
the Wano Kuni arc. It's the current arc that One Piece is currently on. They're pretty far in the story. They're
Yeah, is it
very,
in
very
like
far.
over like 1,000 episodes or something like that?
It's about to be. It's over 1,000 chapters in the manga.
Yep. So
Yes.
to be fair, also I have never seen an episode of One Piece. I've only seen like bits and pieces and memes and stuff because it is one of the most popular ongoing animes out there. But
Mm-hmm.
I will take Fairy Tale over One Piece because A is shorter and
Yes.
B, I don't know. I like the magic aspect of Fairy Tale. I like how it's taken in
One
as,
Piece has magic in a sense.
yes, I understand
In a
that, but
sense, yes.
Fairy Tale's main focus is magic. Like that's the whole focus of it. But when I see One Piece and Fairy Tale kind of, they almost take it in the same world of that like piratey kind of world. I know One Piece is
Mm-hmm.
actually like a pirate show, but swashbuckling kind of scene and like sort of line of like they're on a harbor and like that's where their main base is and they take many ships and whatnot. But that's not the main premise of the show. The main premise of the show is you know there's usually a bad guy who's trying to take down Fairy Tale, or they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what is going on with the town that's currently like under this curse. I remember that's like one of the first arcs you come across is that there's this town where they think all the monsters are all the people are turning into monsters and they which in reality that's not what really is going on.
Just a
But
really bad acid trip or something.
Probably it
no,
sounds.
there were monsters all along. I don't know, but I am willing to give One Piece a chance.
Mm.
I haven't dived into that world
Right.
yet.
And I definitely I honestly do see where you're coming from with the whole thing of, oh my god, One Piece, it's this giant ass anime.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly how I felt too. Before I started it, but uh after just kind of taking a deep breath and kind of just being like, you know what? Let me see what like all the hype and fuss is about, and let me just actually just let me just see. And I followed the rule that you told me about, Meg, the 3 episode rule, and I was hooked. I love the whole aspect of the devil fruits and how basically if you eat it, you can't swim anymore. And that kind of like made me kind of that made me just be like, oh man. So if I had like a devil fruit, like the fire fruit or whatever, and if I eat it, I couldn't swim in my pool anymore because I like to swim and I couldn't do it. I drowned.
So in
Um
One Piece, these characters who spend their entire lives on the ocean pretty much eat a
yes.
fruit that makes it so they can't swim anymore and think
Well,
that's a good
yeah,
idea.
right? The main character, Luffy, he's something of a captain, I'll tell you that. Uh he the whole like the entire story basically, like, not only does it incorporate, friendship and whatnot, but it also incorporates the aspect of no matter how tough things are, you never give up and you never surrender. And
That's
I think that's what drew me into it, because I kind of need that in my life. I'm kind of easy to be like, ah, screw it. But yes, just like how Meg had described, the magic aspect and everything, and that drew her to Fairy Tale.
well, and Fairy Tale kind of has that same aspect of like
Mhm.
they're a guild of wizards who are trying to do their goal and you know their main mission, but they're always about the guild and never
Yes,
letting their friends down and
right.
that kind of aspect. I've tried to think of like many animes who are not that are kind of like not about friendship, and there's not a whole lot I can think of at the top of my head that are not
Agreed.
about friendship and or relationships and making sure they're intact, or I will do whatever it takes to get to this point.
Mhm.
Because usually that's how like I think that's probably the biggest anime trope is that it's all about relationships and keep them in intact
Yeah.
and whatnot. So yeah,
Squad goals.
but I'm afraid to go down the One Piece rabbit hole is because I went down the Naruto rabbit hole, and the Naruto rabbit hole was long and
Yeah.
long.
It still hasn't
And
ended, has it?
So the actual Naruto saga has ended, but his son's saga is still going on. And
yep.
Right.
I went down that rabbit hole. I kind of climbed out of it because it was getting kind of boring. But I just
So a
feel
lot of
like it was,
people say that Boruto Next Generations is kind of, it's like, it's nowhere, obviously it's nowhere as near as glorious as Naruto's tale.
no, it's not.
Well,
It
that's a
just,
lot of those shows too. When they try to do the spin off with other
Mhm.
characters, the second one's never as good as the
right.
first.
There's only
Right.
one that I actually like that it's like a spinoff like of other characters. So, there's a show. I don't think I've introduced you this to you, Fox, but there's a show called Magi, and it's
My
about it's another like magical person show. It's about
Mm-hmm.
this kid that like is like an ultimate wizard, and he's trying to learn magic, but he's like the most powerful one of all of them.
What?
Right.
What do you mean, what?
He's the most powerful wizard of all, but he doesn't know magic. Doesn't sound like a very powerful wizard.
Well, like, he has more capability, like, he has some more capacity
Compatibility.
to be a great wizard than any other person can be. So he has the most potential to be the best wizard.
Right.
All right, so he's got more mana than everybody else.
Right, exactly. And but there was only like 2 seasons of that, and then they did it like they did a one-off show of one of the sidekicks that he had of some of his early days, because he's an older person in the original series, and that was actually a really good show. I actually liked the spinoff more than I liked the actual anime, the original anime, which is kind of interesting. Because, you know, you can't find many of those kind of shows where the spinoff is actually better than the original.
True.
Very true.
Excuse me. So you guys said you watched SAO together, a little bit of Death Note together. What else have you guys watched together? Anything?
We watched Yuri on Ice.
Yes.
Not like together, like we were in the same room, like we were back in university, but we managed to. Didn't we do like a little like was it Skype or was it Messenger that we
I
watched
don't remember
it over
what
on?
we used. We had a very janky setup, kind of like what we have now. But
Yep.
pretty much what I was doing was sharing my screen to bots of the anime, and was praying, hoping that my internet was good enough that it didn't lag on her end. So, but yes, we did watch Yuri on Ice. I thought there was another one too. Did we start Angel Beats?
Yes, we did watch Angel Beats.
Yes, I do remember Angel Beats.
So many feels.
So many feels.
So many fucking feels.
No. Sorry. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any others. There's some that we have watched, that we both have watched, but we haven't, like, we didn't watch them together.
Right.
Because
I thought at one point we were going to watch Doki Doki Literature Club, but I think either I didn't want to watch it because
Doki Doki Literature Club is a visual novel game.
I was gonna say I thought that was a
Right.
video game. I didn't think that was.
Right. It was something that you had wanted to watch. Another thing that you wanted to watch with me, Meg. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Wasn't
I know I've
it-
been trying to get you into the later seasons of SAO.
Right.
Because those fucked up scenes, I swear to God, those are
Yeah.
bad. I would just send her Snapchats of like different like gruesome scenes from the later seasons of SAO, and I'm like, what the fuck has this become? I don't understand anymore.
ZenPho, I would legitimately look down at my phone and I think I would reply back to Meg like, what the fuck is this? What have you shown me?
Rape on rape.
And to think, it started off as an innocent show about kids getting murdered.
Oh, it would escalate. It would escalate to actually like fucking mindful.
I don't know why. It's gone down this rabbit hole of like rape and gruesome like massacres, and I don't know what rabbit hole this writer went down through, but jeez, grow. Like,
Was he trying to turn it into like a horror? Or...
I don't know.
No, but whatever that guy was smoking, I want some, please. And thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know what was going on. It was just, and it was getting progressively worse. It wasn't like the point of, okay, one bad episode. No, it just progressively got worse with each season and episode of like the gruesomeness and the rape scenes, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching anymore?
Right.
And why are all these people okay with this? Like, I'm not even talking to fans. The fans are outraged. But how the fuck are, like, the characters okay with this?
Oh, they're all mentally scarred.
Right.
Like, if they were real
Oh, yeah.
people, they're all into decades of therapy once this is all done.
Legit.
Well, there's like one scene and where the girl is getting raped and she just like comes out of it like, I'm perfectly fine, and just like, Chica, you were just raped in a video game. How do you feel?
Like,
Like every other NPC that exists.
yep.
Sadly, that is what Leafa is.
Oh.
Sadly,
Totally.
that's what Leafa is.
Oh no.
So, anyone?
Like every Skyrim NPC after somebody has modded the game.
Yup. Would you like to buy a few things while I dance for you? No, please. I can't. Just continue on your day, you beautiful innocent NPC. No.
Oh.
So out of all the anime you guys watch together,
Mhm.
every single one, or anyone you've seen in general, or both of you have seen, what would be your favorite, and which one would you guys consider your least favorite?
I know what my least favorite is going to be, but I don't know what. I have so many good ones, though. I have so many good ones.
I think for me it would have to be a Cell World, just because it was good, don't get me wrong, but it didn't really grab my attention like Sword Art Online did.
Right.
And I think Meg actually had warned me about it too. She was like, it's good, but it's not like
No,
it's not like, Sword Art Online good. And I definitely see where, she came from with that.
it's
Uh
it's one of it's actually for me, that anime is a very forgettable anime because
yeah.
until you mention it back to me, I didn't even think about it. And I don't know if you were part of if you knew about the purging situation, but I purged my whole anime list a while back, and I don't even remember if I put it back on there or not. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
But I do have to say my and Fox can contest to this because she was a witness to my outrage of this anime. Kiss Him Not Me is a bad fucking anime. I threw things after watching it.
She did.
I
She told me.
threw things. I have never been so outraged about an anime ever in my life.
What got you so pissed off about this fictional show?
So it's a reverse harem, which I kind of figured like the outcome of it was going to be, the girl was just gonna choose all of them or choose none of them, because that's usually how the case goes.
The first part sounds like something you'd see on Pornhub.
You would think, but it has happened in Agile Harms. But so the beginning of the show, she was over obsessed with this, with this fictional character, and it took everything of the guys to try to get her out of it. And the sad part was too, she was a girl that was made out to not be pretty or anything else, and the guys who were attracted to her, like, there was some guys looked over that, and then when she became more attractive, she got more guys in the situation. And all these guys are trying to steer her clear from this fictional character because she had a very unhealthy relationship with it. And I thought she was going to, pick them all situation, or she was gonna pick, oh, you're all my friends, and I'm so happy to have you all
Just
here.
massive friend zone everybody she
Right.
knows.
Like, I would have been
Pulling a
satisfied with
Sora.
it. But no. She picks the fictional fucking character at the end of this fucking show. And it just pissed me off. Because the whole point of the show was to drag her out of this fictional character's
Was this
fantasy.
is it like a dark comedy style anime? Like,
No, it's very like slice of life
because I
anime.
could see an ending like that if it was a dark comedy, but
But no, they worked so hard to get her to the point. And then at the end of the anime, she was at that point where she didn't even think about the fictional character. And at the very end, it was like, no, I picked the fictional character. And it's like, that's when I started throwing things and sending Snapchats to Fox because I was so pissed.
Yup, she was like, why? What have I done? I have wasted.
Like,
I was like, wait, what's wrong? And she was like, this anime. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she was like, she chose the wrong dude. And I'm like, oh.
so that sounds like somebody who got a little too into The Bachelor.
yes. But the thing is, with The Bachelor, at least you have a winner, not a fucking fictional character at the end of it.
This
I
is
was
true.
just,
Yeah.
it just reversed her whole character development in one 5-minute increment, and it's just like,
That entire
why?
anime is literally like your best friend's trying to tell you to get over somebody, and you're like, yes, I am done. And then at the end of the day, you're like, no, I love that person. And it's like, what are you doing?
Oh,
Exactly.
so it's just a
Exactly.
giant abusive relationship. That works. It ends in an abusive relationship, and the whole thing was an abusive relationship to you. It's just one big abusive relationship all around.
It
It's
never ends.
art.
Stickle of
Alright,
life.
it's called crap fucking writing. That's what I call that. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even just be as satisfied where she just friend zoned all the fucking boys. And then at the end, it just made it sound like the boys were just gonna have to start from scratch one. I honestly think they were hoping for a season 2, and it never happened
Isn't
because
that a
of
lot
how
of
that
anime?
ending went.
Isn't that a lot of anime where they hope for a season 2 that they never get?
I mean,
Yes.
the world should rejoice that there's not a second season.
Oh, you're right. Megan doesn't have to throw more shit. But yes and no. There are some animes that don't expect to get a season 2, like My Hero Academia. Didn't expect to get a season 2. Now look, they got a season 5 going. So I think that was because I actually started rewatching the My Hero Academia series again. Actually, this like past couple weeks, and the first season was only 13 episodes. The second season became 25.
Oof.
Wow.
So
Pretty soon it's going to be One Piece.
I don't think so. I think they're on a very like they got a timeline of the story. Like I don't think they're ever gonna get to a point where One Piece is never ending, because isn't the whole point? Get me wrong about this Fox, but isn't the whole point of One Piece is they're looking for certain treasure, and they haven't found the one piece of treasure or something on that lines?
Yeah, they're looking for it, but it's like the way that the anime is going and the way that Ichiro Oda is talking, it sounds like it's they say that this arc that they're on right now is like the last like major arc or something before they get to finding the One Piece. But who knows? Oda's been saying this in the past like several years, like, oh, it's almost done, it's almost done. And he keeps going. And it's actually funny that you mentioned about that too, Meg, because I think the author of My Hero had said he doesn't want it to, be the length of One Piece, but he wants it to be
Healthy.
up there.
Yeah,
with One Piece. Yes.
he wants it to be like a healthy number. I would be
Yes.
satisfied with it was about the same number of the original fairy tale. I would be happy about that.
Yeah.
Before they went on their whole fucking last season arc, which was stupid, but I don't talk about the last season arc. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Now I don't remember. Continue.
I guess favorite anime.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk
Yeah.
about our favorites. We talked
Oh.
about our least favorites. I'll let
Mm.
you go first.
Regarding like what Meg and I watched together, definitely Angel Beats. Sword Art Online is great, but I really like the comedy aspect of Angel Beats, and I didn't know it was like a school of like kids that were practically dead until I think Meg had explained it to me. They're like, yeah, they're all dead and they're trying to find like a way out of like this purgatory. I'm like, oh crap, that's crazy. And then of course, watching by myself, I got to give it to One Piece.
Yeah.
It's made me feel. I don't like feeling, but you know, there's a lot of amazing moments. A lot of amazing moments in One Piece.
See, I have such a hard time with this because yes, I like Sword Art Online. I love it, in fact. But if I can just satisfy myself with the first 13
Phrasing.
episodes. What?
Phrasing.
What do you mean phrasing?
Satisfy yourself with, and then you pause.
Fuck you! If I could just have the first 13 episodes of Sword Art Online, I'd be a happy person. But if we're gonna say, oh, the whole thing, it would not be my favorite.
Then what would be?
I have to agree with Dom. It has to be Angel Beats just because that was my first legitimately anime that wasn't a fucking for kids television show.
Right.
Technically, One Piece was a 4 kids television show.
True, but
I know that whole fucking One Piece rap.
That's the only reason I remember it is because of Toonami.
Gotta go.
But do you consider YuGiOh a legitimately anime?
That's a good question. And yeah,
Because that's technically my first anime. Like, if we're actually sitting and talking about animes that I have watched in my life, YuGiOh was the first legitimately anime that I watched altogether.
well, do you consider Pokemon an anime?
Yes. So yeah, I guess you could technically consider that YuGiOh is an anime.
Which is another 4 kids
Right.
show.
But a lot of people say Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime, which technically it's not. But we don't talk about that.
Well, that's the thing. Where do you draw the line? Because anime is literally short for animation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
It's just
wouldn't
giant-
Family Guy, The Simpsons, wouldn't they
Right.
all be considered anime?
Right, and if we were really gonna go down that line, my first technical anime was, King of the Hill, watching it at,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
7 o'clock at night.
Propane.
God dang it, Bobby.
Propane and propane accessories. I can't do it.
That was a good show. Actually, I think that's still on.
No, it actually ended.
It did end?
Yeah, it did end. It's not like an American Dad or.
I think it ended like a while back too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear I just saw it not too long ago, something saying new episodes of it, but that could have been a rerun of something I was watching
I think
too.
it was a rerun.
Yeah.
And then,
Maybe.
yeah, if you want to consider Rick and Morty in that situation, then I would take Rick and Morty any day.
Right. It's where do you end?
I still have to watch that. I'm probably gonna get a lot of people like, "What? You haven't seen it yet?" Like, no.
You're not an intelligent person. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I
I'm
feel
kidding. I'm kidding.
God,
I feel ashamed. Oh my god, no.
if anybody who is listening to this feels that way, stop listening to this fucking podcast. We don't want you.
Leave.
But it's
Leave now.
it's a very high recommendation from me to watch Rick and Morty. Like, I enjoy that show a lot.
It is a pretty good show. I like it.
I can't wait for season.
I
can't wait for
do
season
not
5.
doubt that at all. I really don't. It looks funny as hell.
It is. It's got that stupid sense of humor that, yeah, I don't know, I can't get enough of it.
But then it truly makes you think sometimes too. You're like, why am I in this world?
Or sometimes the
Right.
question is, why the fuck am I watching this again?
Right.
Right.
Why am I rewatching all 4 seasons for the millionth time in a row?
What the fuck did I just watch?
What is up with the talking cat?
Although I will say, when Rick and Morty get back into their spaceship, put on their seatbelts, and just start bawling, that is an entire mood right there. Like,
it's just the closing of the door and that slight pause,
Yup.
and they're like,
what was that? I don't know. Why do I keep doing this to myself?
That is a pretty good episode. I take anything from that episode. It's just that one scene. The whole episode's pretty good, but yeah.
See, my favorite episode of that whole show is still season 1. Or episode 1, the pilot.
The pilot.
Pilot. You gotta shove these up your ass, Morty.
You mentioned Futurama a while back. I need to watch that.
I fucking love Futurama.
I miss that show so much.
Have you heard the theory that Disenchantment actually takes place in the Futurama universe?
What?
In the very first episode, or I don't think it's the first episode, whichever episode you first see Fry get frozen, in the background you see the world changing, and there's at one point where a medieval castle pops up behind him, like the world reset itself, and there's a theory that that's actually the Disenchantment castle. And that's somewhere in the distance Fry is in his cryo chamber.
Have you seen Disenchantment, Fox?
Say again, Meg?
Have you ever seen Disenchantment?
I have not.
It's a Netflix original. That one's good.
It's the same guy that created Futurama that made it. Yeah, it's a pretty good show.
Oh, man.
That one, on the other hand, doesn't have a whole lot of rewatchability to it, though. Not Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, I could throw on any Tuesday night and still watch it over and over again. But Disenchantment, I don't find that rewatchability to it.
It's not because you spoil yourself.
Right.
They didn't do a really good job at, making it so even when you know the outcome, it's still suspenseful. But it's also just supposed to be a stupid animated show. It's not meant to be, something more than that.
Right.
Well, Foss and I have been talking this entire time. Do you have any words on anime and whatnot?
Any input at all, Mr. ZenPho?
Growing up, I always thought anime consisted of schoolgirls and tentacle monsters. And
that is hentai, my boy.
I gotta say, in my research for this, because I really have, Meg can attest to this, I don't watch much anime. She's gotten me to watch a few, parts of ones, and there's a couple that I really like.
Pop Team Epic.
Pop Team Epic and the Resco, the Angry Resco. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just the intro to that, though. If somebody just took every season's intro and made that into a video, I would watch it all day. It's fucking amazing.
Yes.
But I was really disappointed in everything I've seen. The anime consisting of schoolgirls is true, but there is a lack of tentacle monsters, and it really bothers me.
They're tentacle monsters. She's gonna look for them.
I was hoping for more anime all being Lovecraftian, Cthulhu horror type shit.
Wasn't there a tentacle
you'd be
monster
surprised.
If there is a
Super.
Cthulhu anime out there, that would make my day. I will watch the shit out of that.
There probably
I'm gonna
is.
have to find out for you.
It's in the deep. It's probably in the deep recesses of the interweb.
Like, that should
To
be like top, but
Pornhub!
that should be front. Well, yeah, not that kind of.
Well, Pornhub was like, by the way, we're getting rid of all our hentai because it's copyrighted, so we can't use it anymore.
That's not
Oh.
true. They still have clips.
No, they don't have clips.
They have clips.
No,
They're on the
they
trending.
don't.
Do you want me to pull up the Pornhub homepage?
No,
Oh,
I
Because
don't.
they're on the trending page right now for Pornhub.
Well. And there goes my Twitch channel. I am banned. No.
Wait, can you not even say porn on Twitch?
I have no idea, to be 100% honest with you.
Wow, Twitch is.
I know you can't say the. I'm even scared to say it, like, even on YouTube. So
You can say
There's-
anything you want to say. You can say on this. We don't care. What are they gonna do? Demonetize us? We're not monetized.
I know you can't
We
say-
don't earn us on this thing, so.
right. I know you can't say simp or there's another word of simp or virgin on Twitch because that'll constitute as like an automatic ban or something like that. I don't.
Simp.
It's like this new.
Yeah.
It's like this new thing that Twitch has implemented, and now, while we're quickly on the subject too, apparently they're starting to say that Twitch is going to considering like offline, like if you do something offline, like at like a fencible or whatever, they'll ban you. Like if they find out. So it's basically like being in college all over again. If you fuck up like while you're off campus, it's not gonna look good for you. It's
What?
not gonna look good for you, buddy.
How can? What?
I don't know. I had
think
seen some sort of article.
So I've seen this article. It's more for like people that are like doing propaganding and stuff like that.
Right.
Off
Like the big partners and
Right.
stuff like that.
because they know they can't do it on Twitch because they're gonna get banned. So they're trying
Which
to
is
do
Right.
exactly why they have their YouTube channel or their Pornhub account
Right.
or whatever
But if
else
you
they do
do-
on the side.
If you do it off-site, then Twitch has the permission to ban you from their site.
So they want an exclusive contract with you, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do they pay these people like it's an exclusive contract?
I mean, bots
Think so.
can contest to that more as I can, but
I would think so. There's still a lot. It's surprising that there's still a lot of things I have to look over regarding Twitch because, but I feel like that's definitely like another topic for another day. 'Cause I feel bad now.
Oh.
I feel bad now for kind of getting off track with.
No.
Oh no. Yeah, don't feel bad about this. Yeah, that is some fucking bullshit with Twitch though.
Yeah, comparing Twitch to YouTube, it's literally comparing like apples and oranges because you can go kind of whole hog on YouTube to an extent, but on Twitch it's like you're kind of underneath of a microscope.
Yeah, that's
which
yeah,
is funny
worst thing
'cause-
YouTube does, I mean, besides getting copyright strike, but that's usually
Right.
on the person if they do it.
and
Right.
But they can
demonetization.
demonetize,
Right.
which
Right.
is, it might suck for some people, but like us, we don't monetize. I have no interest in ever monetizing. It's a,
Do you realize how much beeping we would have to do if we
oh
ever
fuck, there would be no sentence where I wasn't fucking beeped.
beep 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 beep
It would
beep.
just be an entire episode of Meg saying something and then beeps.
All of the beeps.
But yeah, and it's funny because we were under this reign in YouTube where we did feel like we were under a microscope, and YouTube has let off the reins, and now
Because
Twitch.
people left the platform.
right, and now Twitch is like, oh, look at us, we're restricting half our shit here because
Literally.
we want to make ourselves a good image for ourselves. That's all it
There's a lot
is.
of there's a lot of things from what I've seen and heard from like looking at like different like videos and stuff about Twitch and how they used to be an amazing platform and they still kind of are, but like they're taking so many steps back to the point where it's kind of driving people like to different other
Mediums.
like third party streaming platforms, whatever else is out there, because we all know that Mixer is
Oh,
Mixer
that's
shat
dead.
the bed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
dead.
yeah, essentially your only other choice would be YouTube.
Right. And YouTube is slowly getting up there when it comes to streaming, but they're not really on the level of what Twitch is. Like, I don't know. It's weird for me to explain, and I really don't know if I can explain it, obviously, because I haven't been on Twitch for that extensive amount of time. But being on YouTube, it's like, holy crap, there major, major
Right,
differences.
you can get away with a lot more on YouTube.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah!
So what kind
Then
of
again, if you look at the cam girls,
what-
that's another story.
so I'm gonna
Chatterbait.
wrap this up a little bit here. So what kind of games have you been playing, bots, lately?
Well, that's actually kind of funny. I haven't been burnt out, but I'm really looking forward to Resident Evil 8. I've been
Yes.
I ZenPho when I am actually I'm actually a noob to the Resident Evil series. I've actually made a video on this on my channel, but even though I'm new, I understand 110% the absolute dynamic and the staple that the Resident Evil series has made on uh the survival horror gaming community and the gaming community as a whole. So I'm very much so looking forward to Resident Evil 8. Like my friends on Twitter, they know how much I'm ready. I won't shut the fuck up about it.
No, it needs to come out a lot sooner. I think
Hell
they're
yeah.
planning on it.
I'm
I don't even own a
I'm
PlayStation, and I'm excited for it to come out.
You're just excited
I'm
to watch
so
me
ready.
play, so you just get all the
Right?
fucking-
I'm excited to watch Meg play it, so just see her jumping at everything.
Yes. Yes.
I think I played one Resident Evil game, and there was a point where you like fell through like a floor, and I screamed at that. So that's just a little like scene to just get you into to help you understand what my scare level is going to be like.
Yeah, and considering how this game is looking so far now with the showcase coming up, oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with ZenPho. So like 100%, this game needs to come out now.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it's not one of those when it comes out, they're sold out for 6 months until they get more stock again. Like
Yep,
everything else has
that's
been.
why I pre-ordered it like 85 days ago.
That's the way to go about it, because lately everything, as soon as it comes out, it's gone. Can't
Oh my
find it.
Gone.
No.
Maybe if I could find a PS5 bundle with a copy of
That'd be cool.
Resident Evil. Yeah,
That'd be
I would
real cool.
100% buy that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
I think we're coming to the...
Yeah, it's about time to get wrapping up here. I want to
Sounds good.
thank Fox again for joining us. You can check out her
Thank
Twitch.
you so much for having me.
You can check out her Twitch channel down in the description somewhere and on screen throughout this episode, I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Yes.
Watch her play her games. She plays a lot of really fun ones. I know she's played the Jack and Daxter series before, which is my favorite game trilogy ever made. And yes, it's a
Yes,
fucking trilogy. The one made for the PS Vita and the one made for Jack X do not count as fucking Jack and Daxter games.
Nope, we don't talk about those.
And
No, we
she
don't.
also plays some obscure games like Chicken Little on the PS2.
That's true. I did not know that was a game until you started playing.
Yep.
It just popped up on my phone. It was like, ALoneFox is playing Chicken Little. I'm like, she fucking what?
Yep.
All right, folks.
All right, yeah. Thank you, everyone who joined us. Thank you again, Fox, for being on this. We'll see everybody
Pleasure.
next time. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.